First up from Matt, should the Niners draft Trey Lance if he falls to them and sign Alex Smith to be a capable backup and a good mentor to a young quarterback with great upside? If Lance is there at 12, hell yeah. I think if you're the Niners, you probably want to make a decision before that. And if you want to take a Lance, move up. Because a team like the Bears or Washington might jump in front of you at 11 or 10 even. So if you want Trey Lance, which I'm down to go do for San Francisco, you have to make sure you acquire that guy. You cannot wait around if you think a quarterback is your answer. From the RMB Bro, should the Niners sign Desmond King to pair up with Jason Verrett if we can re-sign him? Well, King's a nickel. So he can be your nickel corner if you want him to be. I think if you're San Francisco, though, you should probably prioritize finding another outside corner if you were to bring back Jason Verrett. Look, the Niners' defensive scheme might change a little bit, but under Robert Saleh, they like the long guys, the long and tall corners. That's not King. So if he's your nickel, it's fine. Maybe just bring back Williams, though. It's an option. I think the priority, though, for the Niners should be to focus on an outside corner more than another nickel/slot option. Niners Nation. Got a little bit off track there, my bad. Should the Niners get Alex Mack or Earl Thomas in free agency? If you want a veteran center, I think Alex Mack makes sense. You can sign Alex Mack and then draft somebody a late day 2, early day 3 to develop behind him. As for Earl Thomas, no, that is over. That is not happening because, frankly, you shouldn't want him. It is very telling that even though a lot of teams needed a player of his caliber, nobody had interest. He has a major off-the-field problem. I wouldn't pursue him if I were, frankly, any NFL team. From Rohan, will the Niners draft Trask in the second round? I hope not. I don't think that'd be a very good pick. Jesus Diaz, what are the expectations for a fully healthy Niners team? I mean, I'd say at minimum back to the playoffs. I mean, that's a very realistic expectation for San Francisco. From the RMB Bro, should the Niners sign KJ Wright? I mean, they can, but you have Fred Warner's due for a big-time deal. I don't know if I want to throw big money at KJ Wright. I might try and go a little bit cheaper at that spot and spend my money on a cornerback instead.
If you're looking for an awesome deal, look no further. NFL shirts under $18.74. If you got a favorite team, which I imagine y'all do, go to chatsports.com/NFL shirts because they just released these new shirts, and they like to call them their X-ray shirts. I think they're super dope. They come in sizes from small all the way up to 4XL, and in fact, Bronco shirts are even cheaper than $18.74. And if you're a Buccaneers fan, I've even seen $14.99. I mean, if you need an NFL shirt, usually they're $25, I believe, but they are on sale right now. They come in all different colors, all different sizes as well. Chatsports.com/NFL shirts. If you want to spam in the chat who your favorite NFL team is, please go do it. I definitely would appreciate that. One more time, chatsports.com/NFL shirts, where you can get these X-ray shirts under $18.74. But hurry, because I do know for some NFL teams they are going quick, so don't be the fan that misses out on this awesome deal. D-Man Downey, what do you think the Niners should draft, or who do you think the Niners should draft at 12, trade back or trade up? It's a good question. Again, I am always, and it sucks saying that, I am always trade back, but if you're not 100% sold on Jimmy Garoppolo, and if a guy like Trey Lance is there at number 12, you go with the high upside. You let Trey Lance then learn behind Garoppolo for a year, learn the playbook a little bit, and then kind of like what you saw with the Chiefs. I'm not trying to say that Lance is Mahomes because he's not, but you had a game manager in Alex Smith who was really able to teach Patrick Mahomes the playbook a little bit and really let Mahomes mature, which is kind of the same route that I think a lot of NFL teams should really start to do instead of just throwing a guy out there in the fire. Jared Cole, how would you trade to get Deshaun Watson? So basically, who do you trade? It obviously always depends on a team, but if I'm the Houston Texans, let's go from that route, it's going to take at least 4 first-round picks for me. Like, you're going to give up a 25-year-old quarterback who's top 5 in my opinion, who can do all these incredible things. Like, sure, the contract's not that great, but also remember, if they trade him, they got to eat most of his contract, and whatever team gets him, they're only going to have to pay $10.54 million. So if I'm the Texans, I want 4 first-round picks at least. D-Man Dooney, all right, trade Warner to get value because he's a free agent next year, right? for Watson and draft Parsons. So you're talking about Fred Warner, who I love Fred Warner. I've seen these rumors out there before, but for the 49ers, I am keeping him. He's one of the best, if not the best linebacker right now in the National Football League, and I get that this past year wasn't all that great for San Francisco, but he's a first-team All-Pro, and would it really surprise anyone, honestly, if Jimmy Garoppolo plays the entire year, the 49ers are back to being one of the top teams in the NFC. It shouldn't, because if they have a top quarterback, if George Kittle can stay healthy, and with all the injuries they have, this is a good football team. So, no, I'm not going to trade Fred Warner. All right, we got Tristan Brown, best backup option, Mond, Ellinger, Trask, or Book. Oh, boy. I mean, out of all those, I'm going to go with Kyle Trask because I don't think Kellen Mond's ever going to be an NFL quarterback. Sam Ellinger is never going to be, literally, I think his best chance is to be Taysom Hill. And Ian Book, he's a good leader, but always just going to be a backup quarterback in the NFL. So I guess I'm going to go with Kyle Trask. But maybe it's Ian Book if you want somebody that can be a solid quarterback 3 and really be a good player coach on and off the field. Because I do think he's probably the most intelligent and most smart football player out of those 4. All right, we got a Cash. What up, my man? What do you think are going to be the top 3 40-yard dashes and predict times? Let me just say this here. If you have any, 40 times, if there's no NFL Combine, you're going to see times that you just never seen before because pro days are not the same as the NFL draft. So, honestly, I'm not going to believe any 40-yard dash times. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Giving you guys a chance now to be a hater. What NFL team do you guys hate the most? What NFL team can you just not stand at all? This is a safe space in the comments section. Let me know what NFL team you guys just despise the most. From a Cash, what other defensive lineman ranking 1 through 5 should teams be interested in? Are you talking draft? Christian Barmore's number 1. After that, it's not great. You could maybe go Levi Onwuzurike from Washington. Davion Nixon from Iowa. There's the 2 USC guys. Some of those players. It's honestly not a great defensive line draft class. From Botch, which receivers are a round 1 lock and which are likely to go round 1? Thinking Chase, Smith, Waddle, Bateman are guaranteed. Moore, Toney, and Marshall possibly. I think your guaranteed locks are Chase, Smith, and Waddle for sure. I say at least one of Bateman or Toney go in round 1. And I'd say if you can pick one to be a guarantee, sure. I think Rondale Moore, Terrace Marshall, those are probably your other possible round 1 guys. I don't think Amon-Ra St. Brown goes in round 1. Frankly, I'd put the over-under of round 1 receivers probably right at 4. Timothy Mullen, I know it's early. Who are the top prospects in next year's draft class? All I want to know is Sam Howell. I haven't done very much. The guy I love, though, I promise you right now, AO's got 2 great receivers. Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, because I watched plenty of Olave in prep for this year. Kayvon Thibodeau, the edge rusher from Oregon. This year's class, not great. Next year, though, he's going to be really good. And by the way, if you have draft questions on this year's class for now, because I'm already behind enough as it is, hit me up on Twitter at @WhatGoingDowney, and we'll do plenty of draft stuff here going forward. If you want to join us for these live mailbags, then subscribe. That's the only way to get on the show. Because if you're not joining us live, you can't ask your question. If you can't ask your question, you can't get on the show, right? So if you want to be a part of these mailbags, hit that big red button and subscribe. That way you don't miss out on any of our live shows, which happen, by the way, every Monday and every Wednesday.